there was a person sitting in the same row as us. We were 4 of us. And by the end of it, he made our ears bleed. Because he was shouting Pathaan Meri Jaan after every dialogue. Everything. Oh my god. Like Shah Rukh appears on screen and he's like Pathaan Meri Jaan. After a point, everybody in the theatre had to shout at him and tell him ki bhai, tu hame dialogue sunne dega ya nahi? My favorite Dimple Kapadia scene from Pathaan, sorry spoilers, is
You don't have to do that.
when she's in the lab and she's like, shut the lab, shut the lab, shut the lab. And I was like, man, this woman really needs to just make a separate movie on her, somebody, and make her like
Please, Spy Universe wale logo, please start making movies about all of these छोटे छोटे characters because Dimple Kapadia in a standalone film will be kick-ass.
Bomb. Yeah.
Every song is an SRK song, and even so, every time Kuch Kuch Hota Hai comes, or the song comes, my mom always tells me that I was pregnant with you when I went to see this movie.
ये अथर को लो यार podcast में कहाँ तुम?
And please remember, it's Pathaan, not Pathaan.
We are not Angrez.
It's Pathaan.
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 Hello and welcome to the Quint, and in this special podcast we are going to talk about Pathaan, and as we just clarified a while back, it's Pathaan and not Pathaan. तो थोड़ा जितना भी, and in general this is like a advisory to you all also, थोड़ा अपना वो poshness and South Delhi, South Bombay attitude, leave it outside because this is Pathaan. This is.
None of us are South Delhi.
I'm talking about the attitude.
Okay.
Because I could sense a lot of that in a lot of people. Ki Pathaan is so like down market.
Sexist grounds enter.
No. I'm talking about people in general. There were a lot of people like Pathaan is like not my kind of cinema and it's so aisa Pathaan koi movie hoti hai. Dude, it's Shah Rukh Khan. Dude,
Yeah, it is Shah Rukh Khan.
Yes. Okay, so talking about Shah Rukh Khan, let us start with what is your relationship with Shah Rukh Khan abhi tak, like in the past? Would you call yourself fans, like casual observers? Who do you want to start with?
Somya.
Typical 90s kid. Grew up in Delhi. Shah Rukh grew up in Delhi. Shah Rukh went to St. Columbus. And I went to St. Columbus for quizzes.
Wow.
Although it's a boys' school, but we used to go for quizzes there. So I'm a huge Shah Rukh Khan fan. Okay. He went to Kirodimal College, I think, or Hindu. Hansraj. DU. I went to DU. So always looking for overlapping things. But I'm a big,
Like
huge
unabashed.
SRK fan.
What are SRK ka wo club called? Is there
SRKians.
any? SRKians. Okay, nice.
Yeah.
So member of the SRKian
I'm
gang.
a huge SRKian.
Okay.
And I think I watched pretty much most of his movies. I've seen them in the hall. Mm-hmm. And even now, more often than not, I listen to a lot of SRK film music, and just the old stuff also. So like Kabhi Haan, Kabhi Na, Dil To Pagal Hai. The one SRK movie I don't like at all is actually Kuch Kuch Hota Hai. I can't stand that movie. And I watched it umpteen number of times, but I just cannot make peace with that film. And it's not because I find anything problematic, it's just that I thought it was a huge, I think once I grew up, I got over that film very quickly.
But then did you like SRK's work in that? Because that's like the
I like SRK's work in every ad also.
That is my mom's favorite.
I recently rewatched Kuch Kuch Hota Hai and I realized I have memorized the screenplay. So I even know Choti Anjali's dialogues.
This is for me with Chak De India. There used to be a time where every day after coming from school I used to watch Chak De India.
For me, that is My Name is Khan. Hands down.
For me, that is Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gham. Every single dialogue. If you watch the movie with me,
this is gonna be so fun.
I will just keep reciting all the dialogues throughout. Songs, music, dance steps, dialogues, kapde kya pehne the, expression kya tha. Bachchan's thali ke saath ekdam welcoming.
What about you, Varsha?
So my mom is a huge SRK fan.
Nice.
So the
Did
thing
she also go to St. Columbus?
No, she did not. But so every time, so my parents' favorite pastime is playing their Shadi ka, video.
Video.
And every song is an SRK song.
Wow.
Every song is an SRK song, and even so, every time Kuch Kuch Hota Hai comes, or the song comes, my mom always tells me that I was pregnant with you when I went to see this movie. So it's like very
I've heard a lot of stories like this.
very special for
Kuch Kuch Hota
her
Hai.
that ways. And then I did watch a lot of movie, but The last Shah Rukh Khan movie I watched was Chennai Express, which is like in 2013, and then I
decade
watched another Shah Rukh movie after like a decade, which is Pathaan.
Interesting.
Which was
You shall have some interesting thoughts.
yeah. So I'm like not a huge movie fan. Like I don't go to watch a lot of movies, but Shah Rukh Khan, so I had to.
What about you?
I don't know. I don't have any interesting stories like these. I just, as long as I can remember, I've been a Shah Rukh fan, and I've always been surrounded by SRKians somehow. SRKians, however we pronounce
They're
that.
everywhere.
They're everywhere. And also, like, I just love Shah Rukh on screen because he's just so distinct from other, heroes or other leading actors his time and age. Like very different from a Salman Khan or an Amir Khan. So in that sense, I think I really love him, and he's like kind of ruined the whole idea of romance for all of us. So I am one of those.
And also, like Himanshi said about his screen presence, right? Even in a movie in which he has a very short role, like Satya, right? Satya is an out-and-out Vivek Oberoi, Rani Mukherjee film, and I love Satya. To me, Vivek Oberoi was like the next Shah Rukh Khan, to be honest, back then. That's what all of us thought, right? That didn't age well. I had posters of Vivek Oberoi. I was a huge Vivek Oberoi fan. And I thought he was the next SRK. But even in Satya, the little scenes between Tabu and SRK, oh man, so beautiful. Like, you remember those. That's what it's about. It's just, he's so charismatic on screen. And like his interviews, right? Like, if you go through all the Coffee with Karan episodes, right? There are so many boring episodes, but any episode with SRK.
The latest season, I think my favorite episode was Gauri because there was like a phone call with Shah Rukh. I'm like, that was literally the best episode through and through.
Is it there? So they talk.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'd give all the hampers to Shah Rukh. Le ja.
I'm to such a big, huge SRK fan that when, sounds really strange, but when SRK comments under Suhana Khan's Instagram photos, I will leave those also. I'll be like, wow, what a cute papa he is.
He's a very good papa. I think he's a very...
All his Viral Bhayani airport walking and Aryan and everything. I consume a lot of SRK content. As much as you
because
can
every time I
give.
see a video, it's been liked by Somya already. So I know that. I know that.
Okay. So after all of this, I am not an SRK fan.
Oh my god.
Like, I'm not a fan. I just like his films, and I genuinely like him as an actor. Like, all of the persona side, his persona is really nice. He was the first like cool actor that we saw before it became like cool to be very really funny and witty and all of that. So Shah Rukh was the first guy I was like, oh nice, I would like to watch him other than his movies. But I have always found him to be a very good actor, and because of that I've really like looked forward to his films and have been disappointed a lot. But we are talking about Pathaan now. So kab dekhi?
First day, last show.
Second day, first show.
First day, fourth show.
Second day, last show. Okay, so matlab 1-2 din ke aane. And I want to start with how much, obviously we all know about the controversy that has been going, the boycott, वगैरह. How much of your decision to watch the film was based on that? I won't even ask Somya that question because even if it was like an indie film on Netflix, you would have watched it, I'm guessing. So how much of all of this was like
For me,
because
it
of the
was
hype?
90% because, as I said, I don't watch
You
a
don't
lot
watch
of movies. So I had to go there. So like on the second day, the movie...
Chennai Express mein kya?
Yeah, because my parents took me to watch Chennai Express. It was like a good movie that kids should watch, like fun and all.
No.
It was fun.
No.
It was fun.
It's also 10 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
I think,
Hasn't aged the best.
Yeah, and then on second day, the movie made around 70 crores or something. So I contributed 500 in that. I'm happy about that. I had to.
My story is something similar because, like, true story, more than Pathaan, I was actually excited for Gandhi Godse because it was not because of any political leanings, but it's because it was the comeback of Rajkumar Santoshi, and I'm I've looked forward to his work. But after that whole hype of that, first of all, I saw the whole film in my stories and mentions and all because har banda kuch na kuch dal raha tha. I'm like, and I usually don't like check out films for the hype, but this was that one time I'm like देखना ही पड़ेगा. So the same day 22nd को रात को जाके
But I
saw.
think, also with Pathaan, even if you know what the story is,
Exactly.
even if you've seen all the spoilers, it still won't, spoil your experience, so to say, because it is a film made for the big screen.
Yeah, actually.
So even Salman's going to be there in the film. You've seen like bits
So
and pieces.
I have
and
to
reels
have
and
to
everything.
like interject and say that this is going to be a spoiler-filled thing, matlab. And you have seen Pathaan, I am going to assume. So please proceed with caution if you haven't.
In my case, I'll tell you what happened was that I would have anyway watched Pathaan in the hall. There is no doubt about it. I would have 100% watched Pathaan. I would have watched Pathaan for sure. But my decision to watch it on day one was because there was so much hype around it. And also because I was like, यार कोई बता देगा क्या होता है पिक्चर में, स्पॉयलर्स आ जाएंगे. तो मैंने ट्विटर पे जाके हैशटैग पठान को म्यूट कर दिया.
Oh, you can do that?
Yeah, you can. So I've done that with Succession, Wordle and Pathaan. 3 these things,
Very,
right?
like quite a range.
Very
Somya,
अच्छी
quite
range
a
है काफी.
range.
So I was very nervous throughout the day. So I reached the wrong cinema hall, for instance. Yeah, I had a stomachache throughout the day. I was very anxious. I couldn't concentrate on work. I was jittery because I was like, मुझे कहीं से कोई गलती से spoiler ना पता चल जाए. And also the joy of watching SRK on screen after almost half a decade, 4.5 years.
Last was Zero, I think.
Zero, Fan, ये सब मैंने देखा था.
Yeah.
Zero.
Zero even I saw like last week.
Zero I watched, Fan I had watched, but after watching him on screen after so long, I was so nervous. Like it's almost like my money was invested in the film, you know. And I didn't wait for anybody. I was like, my parents were like, oh, we'll go 3 days later. My friend is like, okay, we'll go 3 days later. I said, God, no.
3 दिन तक नहीं wait
I will go watch it alone if I have to. But I'm not waiting for
But that
people for 2
entry,
days.
dude, that entry. Let's talk about it. What was, मतलब?
यार मेरे को ना SRK की 2 एंट्रीज बहुत पसंद है. एक तो दिल तो पागल है जब वो गाने के बीच में आता है ले गई that entry, and I love this entry because both were so dramatic and you're at the edge of your seat in both.
Yeah.
One, like obviously it's a dance number and he's running late in Dil To Pagal Hai, and the other one was Pathaan ka entry. I thought
This I think also because he's not been on screen for 4
Exactly.
years.
This was Pathaan's
This
entry
was-
and Shah Rukh's entry.
Correct. So
Exactly, Shah Rukh.
Pathaan, I think, I mean, we'll come to the story and everything later, I guess.
Yeah, I think these guys
But-
know already.
Pathaan, I think I watched it just for Shah Rukh Khan. I wasn't expecting कि there'd be a certain story or बहुत ही ऐसे thrilling कोई picture होगी. But I watched it for Shah Rukh Khan and I think he didn't disappoint.
Have you guys seen any previous movies of this spy universe?
No.
I
have
watched
not.
Tigers in the
Tigers
I
in
watched
the
War
Night,
also, yeah.
I have seen, for some reason, I've only seen the Girish Karnad ke parts in Ek Tha Tiger. I haven't seen Tigers in that. I saw War, but I don't remember any of it.
I've not watched any. I'm not a spy action film person. It's not my genre at all. I had no interest in watching it. I don't think anyone else comes up with an action movie, I'll watch it.
Yeah, this was like out and out Shah Rukh show.
I don't think any of us went for anything else except Shah Rukh, but we really came back lusting for John. So,
That background score, oh my god.
I
my
love the
God,
background.
that
rock wala theme when he's beating up the guys in the first
Not that he's
scene.
very good with acting or anything. Matlab,
No, but John was great.
Yeah.
John
John was
great.
better than his other films. I would
Yeah,
say.
he was better than the other films, but I think the surround sound around
Before
John
he
made him
became
so
a vlogger.
powerful in the film.
spoiler again, by the way, for people. But in the last scene, after the
The scene.
Jhume Le Pathaan
Jhume
wala,
Le
the
Pathaan.
scene that he has with Salman, and he's like, "Arey, mera lower back." And
Yeah, that was
It's
so
so
beautiful,
fun.
man. And the decision to have that scene where you see two guys, obviously you guys know Salman Khan and Shah Rukh, and have them talk about, aging.
And बच्चों से नहीं होगा.
I think it
इनसे
is
नहीं होगा,
also
उससे नहीं
it is
होगा.
also them owning up to and flaunting their superstardom.
Yeah.
Because
They should.
I mean, which they should, of course, but it's not seen before so much in Bollywood at least. तो वो I
And
was
Salman अकेले में
very
करता था,
happy.
but with Shah Rukh, that
Which-
gravitas is something
yeah,
else.
correct.
It's
Both
just
of them
elevated
together
to a whole
just-
different level, right?
Yeah.
Other than Shah Rukh, what are some things that
Deepika is
you
there,
like?
who's
Looks
great.
gorgeous.
Great.
And also,
and
like,
the
I think she's-
acting and the action scenes, oh my god.
Man, the last time I had a woman crush was Aishwarya Rai
I've
for
always loved
Kajrare.
Deepika.
And like that was Bunty or Bubbly. And now when I looked at Deepika, I was like, man, you goddess, you're so stunning. You're so
And-
stunning.
Also, because you brought up like other spy wars movies, I think Deepika's character among all of the women in this entire Yashraj
yeah,
spy
it's
wars
the best
is
written,
the
I would
best
say.
written,
Yeah.
most sketched out, and
100%.
like I mean, better than say a Katrina in a Tiger or I mean, War
I
Mein.
love
War mein
those
kaun
action
tha?
scenes.
Who was there in War?
This one.
I remember. Shuddesi romance wali, na?
Yeah.
But like,
Vani Kapoor.
I don't
No, Vani Kapoor.
But her character, like she, I think, okay, not
think-
giving war spoilers.
Dimple Kapadia is so
Dude.
good.
I really like her.
Dimple Kapadia, I'm in love with her. Tenet, then Brahmastra, then now.
My favorite Dimple Kapadia scene from Pathaan, sorry spoilers,
You
is
don't have to do that.
when she's in the lab and she's like, shut the lab, shut the lab, shut the lab. And I was like, man, this woman really needs to just make a separate movie on her, somebody,
Yeah.
and make her like
Please, Spy
central
Universe wale
character in
logo,
some film.
please start making movies about all of these chote characters because Dimple Kapadia in a standalone film will be kick-ass.
bomb. Yeah, I'll go for that. For sure.
Yes. A lot has been said since the film released about the fact that it is just a Shah Rukh show, right? And if it would have been any other person, कोई और अगर मान लो Tiger Shroff होता, तो it wouldn't have worked as well. Do you guys agree?
I agree.
Yeah. I mean, that's a given.
Ideally, there is no, the story isn't great. I mean, there is no logic. More often than not, it defies physics. So
The story doesn't make sense, but yeah.
So you talk about the story not making sense. Why do you like say that? What parts of the story?
Because
didn't
there
make
are
sense?
things like, John trying to pull these two helicopters by standing in the middle. Doesn't make sense at
But
all.
that's the genre, right?
And that's John.
the genre.
That's John. He has lifted bikes. He has done that table split. kar-
also, I don't think there's anything new in the story. We've seen this India, Pakistan, and like now, of course, there's Afghanistan and Russia, and also there's like a whole geopolitical mess.
And COVID. And COVID. Yeah. Smallpox.
It's not COVID, yeah, it's smallpox.
Smallpox. It's
Some
mutated
smallpox. Oh my god.
I think one of the
Rakt beach.
best dialogues were कच्चे अंडे के नहीं टूटे हुए अंडे के छिलके.
Ashutosh Rana was also very good.
So good. Yeah. I mean, but then Ashutosh Rana, what do you expect? He'll lift any scene he's in. So,
True.
yeah.
Do you think that Pathaan as a film is something that a non-Shah Rukh fan would enjoy on an OTT?
What is a non-Shah Rukh fan? Who are these
Do
people?
they exist?
We don't know who these people are. Who doesn't like SRK? Anyone who doesn't like SRK, red flag. And I think even non-SRK fans are enjoying it. And I also have to say that I think a lot of people are also going for the film, even though they maybe did not want to, because they want to understand ये halls में हो क्या रहा है. लोग नाच रहे हैं, लोग गा रहे हैं, सीटियाँ बज रही हैं, hooting चल रही है.
Especially during that last song,
Yeah.
it was a riot.
I think because last time a Shah Rukh film came was Zero, and a lot has changed after Zero, right? A lot of things happened in his personal life, and it was like, of course, all of us watched.
Fodder for the rest of the
everybody
world.
followed, and so many people have come to me personally and said, "Ki, okay, we weren't Shah Rukh fans, but whatever happened in these 4 years, we saw and we felt like, okay, why not just go to the theater and in a show of support or whatever."
And it's so much fun. It's so much fun. You enter the cinema hall and there is this, this excitement. I remember on the day Pathaan released, I was in office. A lot of us were in office that day. And we were standing niche at the chai ka stall and people are talking about Pathaan. We're in the lift. We're in the lift, people are talking about Pathaan. At
WhatsApp
home,
groups.
people are talking about Pathaan. WhatsApp groups, people are talking about Pathaan. Having lunch in the pantry, people are talking about Pathaan. There was so much Pathaan the first 3-4 days that, and when you enter the cinema hall, there's a bheed. You know, then you start watching entry scene, तालियां बज रही हैं. Deepika आई, तालियां बज रही हैं. एक तोड़ dialogue मार दिया शाहरुख ने, तालियां बज रही हैं.
Yes, yes.
So it was so
I saw
much.
तालियां during the बेशरम रंग वाला scene.
When the saffron
Yes.
actually made the cut,
Yeah,
oh my god.
this is so, मतलब giving it back
Also,
to the
one of the
troll.
reasons it's not an OTT movie is because I think there are pauses after every dialogue for people to hoot.
Yes.
So you know when Shah Rukh says
After
something,
the-
there's like a 5-second pause, which people, if they're watching it at home, they would find it very weird that why
Yeah,
is there like
why is
5
there a
seconds?
pause?
Going back to why it won't work on OTT, when the two songs released,
Yeah.
I was initially very disappointed
Even I
कि
was.
यार क्या गाने
गंदे
हैं,
गाने
मतलब
हैं,
शाहरुख
but
की
वो
पिक्चर
अब
आ रही है
चढ़
गाने.
चुके हैं literally.
I take back my tweet.
Because-
I hated झूमेरे पठान का गाना so
No,
much.
but I think because the songs were also made for the big screen and for people to watch them in context.
And dance there.
And dance there.
झूमे जो पठान तो when I heard before I was like ये कैसा गाना है?
Wednesday को
But
I
तब से
hate the
चढ़ा
beat,
हुआ
like
है.
when the beat
Yeah.
drops, you're like, what is this?
On Wednesday, when the film released, obviously everybody knows. I mean, people in newsrooms have meetings in the morning. So we had our morning meeting. As soon as the meeting got over, I was in bed and I plugged on my speaker and I played Jhumere Pathaan. I went from one room to the other with the speaker saying, "Today is SRK day." And you know, it took a while. But I think the songs are just fantastic. मुझे तो बड़े मजे आए और सिर्फ दो ही गाने हैं.
दो ही
I don't
गाने
think-
हैं. Yes.
they're just two
Yes.
Which is nice.
maybe
I
there
mean,
are
there are
more,
just
but I
two
don't
songs.
think there are
There are only two
There are
songs.
two
And then there's the background music with John and Shah.
I
love
want to know who
John.
did that,
Yeah.
and I just
Na,
like
na, na, na.
that. No, that, and there was like this really nice rock theme that was playing when he was beating up guys.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Very nice.
Now let us talk about some aspects that we didn't quite like about the film.
Oh.
Were there any?
The only problem that I had with the film was that at some time in the film I thought थोड़ी बीच में slow हो गया pace. Like in the first half there were moments and also the flashback in some places was not very clear. कि तुम कितने साल पहले flashback कर रहे हो. एक दो जगह पे I felt that was a little bit jarring. Also I thought the beginning scenes, the first scene of the film, much before SRK comes on screen, I actually thought कि hall वालों ने picture बीच से शुरू कर दी है.
Yeah, same.
I was
same
like,
when I
"Galat, what is Rivoli doing?" You know, it took me a minute and a half to be like, "Oh, acha, okay, this is the starting of the film."
Coming back to where we started this podcast, people are going to watch the film because of Shah Rukh, and that is where it really ends.
Yeah.
So technicalities and all, of course, I agree, but
Matlab, what about the people who haven't watched it in the theater?
Too bad for them. Too bad.
You should just book your tickets
I'm
right
telling
now
you,
and
it's
please
a red
go and watch
flag.
it.
Anybody who's not an SRK fan
Well,
is
it's
a
an
red
only
flag.
SRK fan and theater ka movie, right?
Yeah. I mean, if this comes on OTT, I don't think I'll watch it. My plan is that this week I have to go watch it again, like a second round. Because now I'm just like, why not? One more time. But अगर TV, Amazon, Netflix में नहीं देखूंगी. Then it's you know it's a big screen experience, man. And cinema halls are such magical places unless there are children crying. But it's such a
There
magical.
were a few children crying in my theater. It was
There were none.
bad.
So that did not happen in the theater I went to. Nobody danced. Yeah, people were.
Nobody danced.
No.
Not
people-
even Jhumere Pathaan.
there was a person in theater
I was very
sitting in
What?
our row.
okay, like very
California.
sophisticated.
Okay, guys, listen to this part. There was a person sitting in the same row as us. We were 4 of us. And by the end of it, he made our ears bleed. Because he was shouting Pathaan Meri Jaan after every dialogue. Everything. Oh my god. Like Shah Rukh appears on screen and he's like Pathaan Meri Jaan. After a point, everybody in the theater had to shout at him and tell him कि भाई तू हमें dialogue सुनने देगा या नहीं?
So the thing is, even if I'm not a very big fan of Shah Rukh Khan, I really like watching films in theater, so I have done some
So
of
this just
that.
reminded me of something. So the guy who was sitting right behind us, my friend and I think he was a Salman Khan fan because the entire movie
This
he
one
kept
also, बहुत
he kept
सलमान के लिए आए थे
quiet.
लोग.
And when Salman came, he's like, "Bhai, aa gaya."
Yes.
So
Like
Shah
भाई आ गया भाई मेरी जान.
kept screaming the entire film. for
And
like
even
almost 10
during
minutes.
the किसी का भाई किसी की जान trailer,
That did
when
not. I don't
it didn't play on your place.
did not.
It did.
हम popcorn खरीद रहे थे.
That trailer is again just a, I don't know, Salman Khan doing some action. That is it.
Yeah, like I would not watch any of those films.
Like I said, right, 4 years ka gap. So there are die-hard SRK fans who are waiting for him to come back. Then whatever happened in these 4 years, there are some new people. There's a new fandom that, you know, SRK is he's become some sort of a cultural icon.
And watching Pathaan sort of became like a sign of solidarity.
Yeah.
Against
like
the-
majorly, a lot of people went just because of the whole boycott thing.
I mean, I have
let's come
my
to that then.
differences with that opinion actually.
Because a lot of people went for that. They were like,
Do you all know anybody personally who went?
No,
just
thank
because
God,
of-
I don't have such people in my life.
I think
Thank God.
everybody.
No, not people who boycotted. People who went there just to,
I think
show it, give it
She
back to
did,
the.
I think.
like 80% of it, yes, because I don't usually go to watch movies. For this, I did.
One thing that Pathaan has actually done is that before Pathaan, there was a lot of chatter around how powerful the whole trolling system has become. They got a Lal Singh Chadda to flop, or they got like a Brahmastra to flop. It wasn't a flop.
Brahmastra, I think, was that
essentially.
first chota dent.
Yeah,
But
and then-
Pathaan, though,
So
it, like,
Pathaan
blew it out
kind of
the
just
park.
burst that
Yeah.
myth ki agar if people want to go and watch a film, if you're able to tap into the right kind of audience, then I mean people will go and watch it.
And there were no major promotions also. If
Yeah,
there was
मतलब इतना
chatter,
एक
like,
टाइम पे
it
मेरे को
was
इतना बुरा लग रहा था शाहरुख खान
SRK
हाँ वो मतलब लिटरली ब्लॉगर की तरह आस्क मी
But
एनीथिंग कर रहा था.
I thought that was the best
Did
decision.
you ask any
No, I
questions?
didn't. I'm not.
I don't
I don't. My thing is, no. I am, and I have questions, and I'll tell people कि ये सवाल पूछ लो, ये पूछ लो. But honestly, I'm one of those people who, if I see SRK somewhere, I will not go up to him and ask him for a selfie because I will melt. If he answers a question that I ask him, I will melt.
You'll frame get a screenshot
Yeah,
and then frame it and
I will melt. So I don't do any of that. But also his
Please guys make this video reach Shah Rukh Khan anyhow
please.
so that he can say hi Somya.
Okay, wait. Excuse me. What have we
Hi
done?
Somya and Himanshi and Varsha and Prateek.
No, but hi Somya separately.
Somya पहले हाँ अलग
You
से.
know, that's
Okay,
no,
as
but
long as I get a
also
hi.
also his Twitter responses are so much
Yeah,
fun.
nice.
You know, and you know,
He's
people are
beautiful.
posting photos and videos of देखो हमने hall में कितना dance किया, ये
Yeah.
किया, वो किया, and he's saying thank you guys so much. Be safe, you know. Like there is like he's not one of those people like वाह बड़े मजे आ गए, बड़े मजे आ गए. नहीं, he's saying कि भाई थोड़ा ध्यान से करो, किसी को चोट ना लग जाए,
Yeah.
ये ना हो जाए वगैरह. And his answers are super fun. He's so witty.
I have a genuine question then. Why is he hated so much then? So disproportionately
you don't
as
know why
compared
people
to.
hate him.
I don't want to say it out loud, but no. Why do you think he's so? मतलब मुझे लगता है, this is my opinion, that Shah Rukh Khan gets it harder than other actors, be it a Amir Khan or anybody else, because एक तो इतने time से हो रहा है. I almost have pity for him because
Sometimes then I feel bad.
he doesn't say a lot. He doesn't give a lot of interviews. पिछले कुछ सालों में beat the Aryan Khan वाला case, beat the films actually flopping and them being bad.
Yeah.
But why are we targeting him so much? मतलब,
I mean,
because clearly the guy is doing nothing other than spreading love, I would say.
I think there are 2-3 angles to this. One, of course, the unspoken thing in this room, but Muslim actor, superstar, married to a Hindu woman, you know, the top of his career pretty much throughout. From whenever his films also tank, it's not like the SRK share of love goes down. So one is that. 2, of course, this radicalization that we've been seeing that has existed forever, no matter how much we try and make it seem like it's a post-2014 thing.
Yeah,
but
not
the
a-
radicalization
even
has...
2011 के time पे
Exactly.
there were people
So there were
talking
people who were
about
always after
Shah
him.
Rukh.
So that has existed. His religious identity is something that irks a lot of people. No doubt about it. Not just his religious identity, his also his very, very secular, you know, the fact that he's a
But
secular
then why
person.
not an Amir? Not to say that Amir के साथ भी होना चाहिए, but
No, but Amir gets his... No, you know, it's to do with stardom.
जबकि कायदे से अगर if I want to think like a, you know, troll myself, उंगली ज्यादा आमिर खान ने की थी एक टाइम पे by saying stuff like
Amir also gets his fair share of.
Not
I
like
mean,
Shah
no,
Rukh,
you.
yeah, Shah Rukh.
It's no. Honestly, if you go, trust me, because as journalists, we've all seen that, right? So Amir ke against me, there's just so much propaganda online, and it's filthy. It's really stuff that you don't want to read. That disturbs you when you read it.
About his daughter, about his ex-wives, you know, there is...
It's just about, like, I mean, right now, because it's all about Shah Rukh and, you know, social media is flooded with all of that stuff. So I think Shah Rukh is on the top of our minds.
I have a theory that Shah Rukh gets it worse because the women love him.
Maybe.
I mean, women also love Salman Khan, so
Not that much. Not
Shah Rukh is the...
I think maybe a
He's
little
like
bit
that-
because I have seen this. Usually, straight men they do have a problem with a person if women love him way too much. I mean, people make fun of BTS for no reason. I'm not a BTS fan, but I've seen men making fun of BTS just because.
And that
they have a
whole
huge
like
crowd
masculine
that
and
is-
patriarchal idea, it वो शाहरुख के सामने एकदम वो the worst side of it comes out.
also the thing is also that, you know,
And then combined with him
there
being a
is
Muslim.
the
blah, blah,
other
blah.
reason is also that, you know, SRK, if you, the idea sort of that exists is that attacking SRK is sort of attacking the secular fabric of the country, how, you know, SRK is religion agnostic for his fans, it doesn't matter, blah blah, all of that. Also just riling up that SRK fandom, you know, and the fact that in the case of Pathaan, it really backfired, right? Like
And
the
how-
film is doing so well,
and
thank you,
how-
boycott gang.
Yeah.
And now actually I have my doubts if it was actually the boycott trends which got Lal Singh Chadda
I don't
to
think
flop
so.
because I think
I
the
honestly
film
don't
itself
think so.
wasn't.
The film
personally-
wasn't a theatrical experience.
Correct. So it wasn't for an audience like this, right? To get people to the theater.
How biased can you be when it comes to Shah Rukh? Okay.
I hated.
Have you dated a guy called Shah Rukh?
No, never. No. What are the chances?
Neither have I.
What
Neither
are
have
the
I.
chances? No, but how biased I can be? No, see, the thing is, a lot of his films are just complete trash. Like, I think his worst film is When Harry Met Sejal. There is a song in the film. Let me just remember. No. Yade.
Yeah, they.
Okay, and there is that song, and I think it's mostly picturized on Anushka, and I just like started crying when that song played, you know, and it was so beautiful. It was so beautiful that even from a very bad 0 on 10 SRK film, I came back with a great song after, like, it released in 2017, and like till date, there are like once a month I will be like, "Acha, chalo, aaj yadein sunte hain," you know? So even from a very bad SRK film, there's always something.
But I think Happy New Year was worse than Harry Met Sejal.
I think Happy New Year was worse, but Harry Met Sejal was disappointing.
Yeah, because it was SRK and
Imtiaz Ali and the
great
trailer was
music and
there.
everything, yeah.
ठीक ठाक लग रहा था, रूमी वूमी तक चली गई थी बात, but
Also, about talking about Pathaan, just came in my head.
we actually were talking about Shah Rukh.
I don't think Jim is dead.
Oh, so do you want to go there? Theories?
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
let's go into
I
theories.
don't think
Yes.
Jim is dead.
So there is this
Because
theory
I think
in...
there is a dialogue in the movie where Jim says that, you know, मैं तब मरूंगा जब तुम लोग मेरे funeral पर आओगे, or maybe he has a tattoo or something like that which says that.
Also, he's Raktbeet, so wherever he dies, another one grows. And also, in general, there is a theory in writing that unless you see the body, you don't believe that somebody is dead. So
So I don't.
And these guys are like superhumans flying around and all of that. I mean, what is a fall
Also
from a cliff?
Before this, they did think Jim was dead, but he was not. So I think that will happen again. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very
come
happy
back
to see John Abraham again.
Yeah, he'll come back and he'll be like, yeah, अब तो मैं इंडिया और पाकिस्तान दोनों के लिए मर चुका हूँ, but I'm here.
what if it is that ये वाला reveal at the end कि it is some other act, मतलब they'll say कि Jim is alive, it will be some, you know, Vicky Kaushal or Arjun Rampal type actor, and at the end it will be
It has to be.
another theory that I want to talk about after her cue. And it's actually a theory given by a friend of mine. He's actually also a friend of the Quint. His name is
Oh, I
Akib.
thought Shah Rukh.
I know.
Oh my God,
So he's actually Akib Raza Khan. He's a very big fan of Shah Rukh, and he says that Dimple Kapadia actually works for Outfit X.
Oh shit.
I don't care. I just want to see the next SRK film.
Will you watch Jawan? And Dimple? हाँ, you too will.
कैसे सवाल है?
Dude, she'll watch Pathaan again this week. Who are you asking?
I think now the only thing is now we know that Pathaan is done. I'll go back for it again, of course, and then Jawan.
Jawan.
हाँ,
and
Jawan
Donkey.
will come, and then Donkey will come.
Jawan, I'm not
I
that
just want to know
about.
what he's signing after this.
Yeah.
And I really think, you know, your Vasan Bala, Anurag Kashyap, Dibakar Banerjee, Vishal Bhardwaj.
But I think there'll be like a Doodh Ka Jala wala situation, because the last time he did stuff like Fan and Zero and all, बहुत पिटा था.
Yeah, he has actually tried experimenting with like
और बहुत
But a
मतलब
Vishal Bhardwaj film would be stellar. Like what he did with Saif
इम्तियाज
Ali
के टाइम
Khan
भी यही
and
सोचा था
Omkara.
मैंने।
Apart from movies, I really want like a good Shah Rukh series. I hope that happens. I don't think.
I don't think,
it
like,
will.
honestly, no disrespect again. I don't think any OTT can afford Shah Rukh
Correct.
right now.
I mean, afford in the sense
मतलब
like
afford
to
scale-wise,
accommodate-
yeah.
accommodate.
Yeah.
पैसे ज्यादा ले लो हमसे महीने के यार, हम दे देंगे तुम पिक्चर में।
Not money wise, it's just like bringing Shah Rukh to the small screen.
Okay.
Well, he's done TV, but
वो तो back in the day.
back in the day.
Nice. So nice podcast about Pathaan / Shah Rukh
About
Khan.
Shah Rukh Khan, not
About Shah
Pathaan.
Rukh. I think it's synonymous now.
Yeah.
So thanks a lot. Let us know if you liked this.
Shah Rukh
chat,
call
if you
Somya.
like Shah Rukh Khan. If you want internship under Somya, just text her saying I'm Shah Rukh Khan. I know Shah Rukh Khan. Okay. Would you give somebody an internship or a job if they say कि मैं तुम्हें शाहरुख खान से मिलवा सकता
On camera no, off camera no.
हूँ? Off camera no.
No.
CV को थोड़ा तो वो
No.
मिलेगा नहीं?
नहीं. I mean, sure,
फिर
I'll look at
कैसी
it for a
fan
minute
यार?
longer.
फिर कैसी fan?
If SRK wants to intern at the Quint, sure.
You know what to do. Okay, thanks a lot, guys. I'll see you in the next one.